Hello everybody, I'm Masterful27 and today we've got the raid guide on Kyogre. Kyogre is the third legendary Hoenn raid boss, also following Groudon and currently Rayquaza out there on legendary raid battles until the end of March the 5th, which is this weekend. This raid guide is designed to give you all a little bit of background information on Kyogre and some of the tips and guides that I've come up with from my experiences of battling with it. And again, as I say, this is designed for all levels of trainers, some experienced to some who are not so. Well, this is Legendary Week on Pokémon Go, and until the 5th of March, as I said previously, everybody has an attempt or an opportunity to capture Kyogre. Some people would have taken advantage and maybe have caught it the first time it came out, but again, there'll be lesser players and newer players that are coming back to it that might have missed the original window. So let's start with some facts about Kyogre. Kyogre has a combat power, before you battle it, of 51,968, which is actually the same as Groudon. So it makes it the joint highest combat power of the 3 legendary raid bosses currently available. It has a maximum 100% IV, so when you're capturing it, the figures to look out for, and again, just to remind you, for those who might not have seen my other trainer guides, 100% IV is a 15-15-15 across attack, defense and stamina. On paper, it is the strongest Pokemon you can get. So the numbers to look out for, you're about to capture it. 2,328 is a non-weather boosted 100% IV Kyogre, and Kyogre is actually boosted by the rain. So if you get a combat power in the rain of 2,910, that is an 100% IV Kyogre. With all these Pokemon, it's worth stressing out, or pointing out I should say, that is a level 20 or a level 25 with the weather boost. Right, there are also weaker ones to look out for. These are roughly again between sort of 80 and 83% IVs, but the numbers to be looking out for, and again, similar with the strongest ones, it scores a 10 across the 3, attack, defense and stamina. A standard non-weather boosted will have a combat power of 2,236. If it has the weather boost, it'll be 2,796. Oh, well, so those are the figures to look out for. When you're capturing it, you'll have an idea. There's plenty in between, and all those figures have multiple combinations and hence many different IVs. So my tips with Kyogre, the experts, 4 to 5 trainers. I think if you're lesser level, 20 to 30 trainer levels, I think you're going to need at least 6 of you. Anything lower than 20, tag on to a group, but with that factoring in, you might need up to 7 or maybe even 8 trainers. This is all about saving those raid passes. I believe if you don't get a chance to capture it, it's a wasted one, so I'm going to give you as much tips and guidance to sort out all of you to give you that opportunity, because once you get there and you beat Kyogre, you've all got a chance of capturing it. I did mention before on my other ones, Kyogre is probably the trickiest one to capture. We will look at that at the end of this trainer guide. Kyogre has 4 charge moves, and we're going to attack the most deadliest one, and the one which is almost so critical to get right, it will make or break your chances of beating it. So we've split this into 2 lineups of Pokemon to use when attacking Kyogre. Phew, I bet you're thinking at least this is going to be a little easier to understand. So first of all, it has a moveset called Blizzard. Blizzard is the one to be mindful of. Blizzard, the best way to counter Blizzard is with electric types and Groudon, pretty much. Electric types are the ones to go for. Groudon is also strong when you faced against the Blizzard moveset, but I will give you some of the best ones to use when attacking a Kyogre with Blizzard as its charge move. The ultimate champion Pokemon to use against all of its movesets, but like I stress, this is focusing on Blizzard, is Raikou. Raikou is an absolute strong legendary dog Pokemon to use when you're facing Kyogre with Blizzard. Thunder Shock and Wild Charge are its best combination of double electric moves when attacking it. Second best, and a very, very close second, is Zapdos. Zapdos, one of the legendary bird Pokemon. Again, I appreciate not everyone's caught these. There are alternative Pokemon to use, and I will explain those in a separate section. but Zapdos with Charge Beam and Thunderbolt make it a really strong second choice or second substitute behind Raikou if you have both of them. Now, like I said before, Groudon is also particularly strong, one of the current legendary raid bosses from the Hoenn region, with Mudshot and Solar Beam. Now, again, it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. It is the bulk of Groudon which makes it really solid. Mudshot is the critical bit there, because Solar Beam is a grass type. However, with its large combat power and bulk, it does fare better against a Kyogre with Blizzard. Another one, Kyogre against Kyogre is also possible, but it must have the Thunder charge move. Any other Kyogre without Thunder, do not bother with it. It is the Thunder charge move which makes it absolutely effective against Kyogre with Blizzard, because that is an electric charge move. Waterfall, again, is a really good quick move to have with it. So if you can get that combination on Kyogre, that'll set you up well. Kyogre has 3 other charge moves, and again, these ones are a little bit easier to set up your Pokemon against it. Those are Thunder, Hydro Pump, and Waterfall. Yeah, it has 4 different charge moves to pick from. The beauty with these 3 is all those electric ones that I've just spoken about are pretty good against these as well. But this is where your grass-type Pokemon are absolutely key. Like I said, it's weak to electric and grass-type Pokemon. So this layout, or lineup I should say, are very good if it has Thunder, Hydro Pump or Waterfall, or the easiest way, non-Blizzard. Sceptile has a double grass move of Bullet Seed and Leaf Blade. That is probably one of your strongest ones against a Kyogre with these 3 charge moves. Executor, again, double grass with Bullet Seed and Solar Beam. Makes that a really, really good alternative as well. Venusaur, again, another double grass combination of Vine Whip and Solar Beam. And here we go again, Groudon, our old favourite, purely down to its mass and bulk with Mudshot, but it has its grass charge move of Solar Beam. That makes it pretty good against any of these 3 charge moves. And the first appearance on my legendary Hoenn Raid Boss Guide is Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh, again, was another legendary bird-type Pokemon. It's a psychic and grass combination of extra sensory and Solar Beam. So again, Ho-Oh, and I appreciate the players out there and trainers who do not have access to all these legendary Pokemon, and it's easy for me to say use them because they are the strongest. I have got some wildcard Pokemon up my sleeve, which are for the lower level trainers, or the trainers who missed out or didn't get the chance to capture these legendary Pokemon. So, as promised, I totally get it. Masterful 27, you've given me all these legendaries. I don't have any of them. Oh, I can't attack Kyogre. Well, you can, because I'm going to give you some little tips. A couple of Pokemon that I found that are pretty good if you haven't got the legendary ones in your back pocket. Now, if you do have to use these, you need to bulk your trainer raid groups up to at least 8 of you. Seriously, if it just will protect that raid pass. Or if you've been really unlucky and you've had a couple of goes and it just didn't work because you haven't got any really good alternatives to these ones, it's worth mixing up a bit with these ones. It'll save you on those revives and a lot of those potions as well. So my 3, I've got 3 of these little cheeky wildcard ones for those players and trainers who haven't got any of these legendaries. So number 1, Ampharos. Ampharos, as we all know, is the very funky and cute evolution of Mareep. It's an absolutely brilliant Pokemon, and again, it's got electric moves. So with Charge Beam and Zap Cannon as its 2 moves, that will give you a pretty good chance. So I appreciate Ampharos is still 100 plus 25, a lot of candies to evolve it, but again, if you haven't got the legendary ones, that is an opportunity. So number 2, this is my second cheeky little tip, is Magneton. Magneton with Thunderbolt and Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon again, say another good electric charge move, is a really good one to use. So again, just use that one. Play around with it. You'll be surprised it will do a bit of damage. Now the third one, it isn't electric, but Tangela. Tangela, and the charge with a Vine Whip is the one to use on this. Tangela is actually really good. But remember, not against Blizzard. Please don't. Now, the danger is these ones, if they haven't got a lot of combat power, they might not take a lot of attacks from Kyogre. But if you dodge, weave, and you've got 8 trainers in your group, or at least 6 to 8, they will help get you through it. You will do a little bit more damage than trying to bulk it up with higher combat like Rock, Solar Beam Pokemon, which are no good against Kyogre. So they're my tips. They're my 3 little cheeky, non-legendary attacking Pokemon to use against Kyogre. I hope you find those of use. So those are our lineups all sorted out. I have now got some extra little tips for tackling Kyogre. Believe it or not, it is actually best to attack Kyogre in the rainy weather. Now, it is double fold, but bear with me on this one. There is madness, a method to my madness here with the logic, or the flawed logic it might suggest it is. It might double its attacks or enhance its charge moves and boosts it. However, it also means it boosts your electric moves. Remember that, rainy weather boosts electric type Pokemon. So your charge moves or attack moves, quick moves with your electric Pokemon will actually be enhanced attacking it when it's at its strongest. Yep, it's double attack both ends, but that works pretty well. Also, it'll give you access to an enhanced weather boosted Kyogre, so a level 25 legendary Kyogre if you capture it. So again, there is another incentive there. Now, the second best weather condition, and I totally get it, we've only got to the 5th of March to try and get Kyogre now, is clear weather. Now, clear weather, it boosts your grass type Pokemon. So what you've got to remember is, it's a 3 out of 4 chance that you're not going to get one with a blizzard move. So if you get a non-blizzard Kyogre and it's clear weather, your grass type Pokemon will have all their moves boosted as well. Right, so bear that in mind. The weather is very, very critical. Now, on to the bit I'm going to try and be positive and not put any of you off about this. Kyogre is extremely hard to predict. If you compare it to Groudon and you compare it to Rayquaza, out of the 3 Hoenn legendary raid bosses, it is probably the hardest one to capture. Now, Pokemon Go has updated and Kyogre is closer to the screen how it used to be. It used to be quite a long way away, which is very hard to gauge. But that doesn't change the fact it is still extremely tricky to follow its erratic behaviour. You cannot predict what Kyogre is going to do. Now, I'm going to put some footage on, which gives you a bit of an understanding of how Kyogre looks on the screen when you're trying to attack it. But the most important thing to remember is it is extremely unpredictable. Kyogre floats on the screen, and it'll float to the left, it'll float to the middle, and it'll float to the right. But it won't do it in that order. It might go to the left, go straight to the right, and go straight back to the left and then the middle. It's so hard to predict. Its charge move or its attack move can be hit twice in a row, twice very, very quickly. It might make it 3 with a fake attack move. Again, if you throw it too soon or release it too soon, it will bounce back off it. Again, getting the distance is less tricky because they've brought it closer, but you've got to remember it is really, really hard to predict. Now, it is worth practicing curveballs not to capture Pokemon from both sides of the screen when you're out in the wild. Try throwing them, because when you see where it sits on your screen, you'll know where your ball's got to get to. Again, bear with me, you'll understand what I mean when you see the animation. To try and give some people crumbs of comfort though, because that's what these trainer guides are all about. They're designed to give you all an opportunity of thinking, you know what, I want to give this a go and I'm going to flipping have a go at getting it, you know. I'm not going to be put off by it. I've got some really good statistics. So again, I appreciate not all trainers will have loads of golden raspberries, so I'm going to give some base stats on non-golden raspberry throws and then some that have got them on. So bear in mind, so you haven't thrown a berry at it and you haven't thrown a curveball at it. So you've just literally gone straight down with no golden raspberry on it. Or no berry, actually, no berry, any type of berry. If it's a normal throw, so no word comes up on the screen, you have a 2% base capture rate chance of getting it. 2%. If it's an excellent throw though, so no berry, straight, excellent, it goes up to 3.7%. Nearly doubles the chance you're getting it. Still very low though, so that's double on a 2%, so not great. However, if you put curve on no berries at all, this is where you see a difference. A normal throw will give you a 3.4% base capture rate chance of catching it. Doubles, or jumps up again, I should say, to 6.2% if it's an excellent throw. Now, if you're not putting a curve on it and you're hitting it, you should be getting an excellent throw in all fairness. But again, this is a very hard one to hit. So this is where the positive crumbs of comfort are brought to you now. So you're throwing a golden raspberry, you're throwing it straight at Kyogre. It's got its little berry on its animation. If you throw it with no curve and a normal ball, you've got a 5%, I'm going to run out of fingers in a minute, a 5% base capture rate chance of capturing it. If you get an excellent straight, so no curve, golden raspberry throw, it's just over 9%. 9%. And this is where it will get even harder for me to show it you in fingers. But if it's a golden berry and it has a curve on it, and this is the best you can get, so the best combination that you can throw at Kyogre, a normal ball with no wording at all gives you an 8% chance of capturing it. But if it's excellent with a golden raspberry and a curve, it is 5, 10, 15%. Well, actually, it's just shy of 16% chance of capturing it. So, golden raspberries, curve balls, that is your best way of capturing it. So, like the animation next to me, hopefully that's given you as much preparation as you can need to have. If you haven't tried to capture it yet, or for those who have and just want to know a little smarter way of getting rid of it and capturing it, that is all I can really help you with there. Right, so that concludes my Kyogre and my least favourite Hoenn Legendary Raid Boss. But as I say, it is very, very challenging for many different reasons. Same with Groudon, same with Rayquaza. I hope you found this extremely useful. Thank you for all your positive comments on my other raid guides. You know, it's really, really nice to hear people say you've helped me with that. Actually, you've got quite a bit of knowledge there. Do you know what? It's just me. What I've learned, what I've picked up, I've competed and taken part in a lot of legendary raid battles, and I'm very fortunate due to the geographic location. But this weekend, if you're getting out there specifically to give these a go, use some of that because it will set you up in good stead. Right, so please give this trainer guide vlog a big thumbs up. Please give it a bing on the post notification bell. I'm fully aware this has probably got the shortest shelf life of my trainer vlogs, but if Kyogre ever does come around again, I know there's more than likely other gem Pokemon out when that happens, but this will still set you in extremely good stead. So be careful out there, everyone. We've still got the snow, and we're fighting on as we go into the weekend. But I am Masterful27. Thank you for checking out this vlog, and I'll catch up with all of you soon. Thank you again.